So we're recording now. Aloha and welcome to the Healing Moments program for May of 2022. Aloha, I'm Karinna Nielsen and I welcome you here. All of you live on the call and on the program. And for those of you watching the recording, this is the Healing Moments program where we offer a spiritualist perspective on what's happening as we tune into our hearts and move forward into the new dimensional energies. And our topic today is what's holding you back, healing from fear to love. So I want to clarify that topic a little bit, because originally my topic, for those of you who received my newsletters, was what's holding you back. And I shared a little bit about my journey in this past month. And I added healing from fear to love, so you understand that's what it's about. So when we're holding ourselves back for whatever reason, it's got to be about healing. And if we're not moving forward, if we're staying the same, then we're not moving forward. We're staying the same. So at this time in the great shift in consciousness, it is so important to keep moving forward, to keep changing, to keep addressing the problems. Okay, here comes Susan. We'll let Susan in. It's so important to keep addressing the not problems, but the challenges that we have. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what are those challenges and how do we identify them, right? Okay, welcome, Susan. So you're just in time. We're going to start with an opening prayer. So everybody just get centered where you are and take 5 deep breaths and breathe it in and bring in the golden particles through your crown chakra and let them come down into your heart, and then exhale. And just keep breathing those 5 breaths as I call upon the Creator, the Christ light, the Goddess weave of love, and all the energies of love, our Master Guide Kirill, the Master Kahu Fred Sterling, the Master Imhotep, all the beautiful energies of love from the Elven world and the Lemurian shamanic healers, our goddess lights from the Lemurian goddess weave. We pray now for a centeredness and balance for our Healing Moments program this day. We pray to enlighten ourselves and to bring forth the love that allows us to keep moving forward in love, from fear to love and from love to enlightenment in this great shift in consciousness. We offer this in humble love and gratitude. So it is in love. Amen. So that's our prayer, our centering prayer. And I want to let you know that in the program, which it's relatively short program. So if you've got your questions, please bring them in soon. And you can put them in the chat, or I also have Facebook Messenger running, and you can place your questions in the Messenger chat if you like. Yeah, and we're going to do a meditation in 10, 15 minutes that I think you'll really enjoy. First, I want to talk about the month of May. And here comes Diane. Let's let her in too. Okay, we've got a nice gathering today. Nice gathering. Here's Diane. Okay, so we want to talk first about the numerology of this month. And this month is the 5th month. So we're in the month of unconditional love. And that's what 5 represents in the Lemurian numerology. And you can read more about the Lemurian numerology on my website in the Lemurian Guidance blog. And we talk about all the numbers. And what you do is you just bring everything down to 1 digit, and the digits run from 1 to 9. So 5 is unconditional love. All month we're working on it. For me, that's my personal life path number, which is a life journey for me. So you guys have it this month, but I've got it for my whole life. And I'm really enjoying it more now than before. And so it's about a love without opposites, a love that simply is. So by opening to this love within you, everything comes to a greater level of clarity, balance, and beauty. And you connect into the creator source of who you are, who you truly are. So that's what the Lemurian numerology is about this month. And I'm going to pick for our program today, a Lemurian prophecy cards. And in the Lemurian readings that I do, you can have a reading with the Lemurian prophecy cards. They're channeled readings. I just use the cards to kind of guide and allow Master Emotep or the Chancellor to come through as channel guidance. So I've shuffled the cards 5 times for love. And now I'm going to ask everybody on the call here live to send your light into the cards from wherever you are. We're all around the world. I see people all around the world, someone in my neighborhood. Hi, Diane. And then people around the world. So that's very cool. Okay, got it. And then I'm going to cut the cards and we're going to get the card for today. Oh, this is great. Oh, okay. Now we get a chance to learn something new. Okay, so this is the Jack of Clubs. And you know what? It's one of my favorite cards because the Jack represents the child self in all of us. And the clubs is the suit that represents the mental body. So we have 4 bodies: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. These are the 4 aspects of who we are. And the Jack of Clubs in my readings of Lemurian numerology that I learned from Kahu Fred Sterling and Master Guide Kirill, this is the vision holder. Okay, this is the dreamer. This is the child that has the vision and the imagination and the dreams to make their lives expansive and fun and inventive. So keep this card in mind today, because this is what it's about. It's about imagining better lives for ourselves. Always imagine a better life for ourselves in love. And then we will have this energy that carries us forth from fear to love. So somewhere between fear to love is this child self within all of us that has the imagination and the sense of having fun. So let's put that over there. Isn't that cool? Okay, so who says Susan's life path number is 52? That is so cool. Susan Farrell, oh, hi. How are you down in Australia? So nice of you to join us. Of course. Wow, 5. How has that been going for you? I had to struggle with it in the beginning, but you know, it's all about healing. It's all about a journey. And Diane, thank you. Well, that explains it all. What do you mean by that, Diane? Okay, so maybe you can enlighten us in the chat. And let me get into the topic for today, because it's been such a wonderful journey. And I was really, it was kind of fun, because when I put out my newsletter, I mentioned in there that this past month I had been going through a journey of physical challenge. And, you know, I found out just how many people really do read my newsletter. And I got emails from family members. I got, you know, texts and, you know, from clients I haven't heard from in a while, and from different people who seemed to be quite shocked that I was having a physical challenge. And, you know, some were offering me other healing modalities, you know, but I mean, you know, I'm all about signature cell healing. So, I mean, that's what it's about for me. It's about healing from fear to love. And, you know, after I got some of those messages of alarm from people that knew me, but apparently don't exactly realize that I'm just like you. I'm just like everyone else. I'm not special. Kahu always says that, I'm not special. And then everybody always thinks, or I always think, yes, you are. You are You are the founder of Signature Cell Healing. Okay, I'm not special either. And we are all human, and we are all on an evolutionary journey of healing from fear to love. So if we're not, and if you have a teacher from another modality that is saying they're perfect, you better be very skeptical of that, because everybody is healing. I don't care who it is. I don't care how high level, great spiritual teacher this is. If you're not healing, you're not moving forward. You're stuck. You're in one place. So if you don't feel your motion going forward in some way, if you aren't changing, then you're either staying in the same place. And I don't want to say stuck, because I said stuck the other day, and then somebody said to me, well, how do you know when you're stuck? And I thought, whoa, when you're stuck, or when you're not moving forward, is when you get frustrated, you get angry, you got a pain in your physical body, you've got various challenges throughout your physical. It doesn't have to be pain. It could be something that bothers you, or something that you have to take a pill for, or something that you have to, I encourage people to see a doctor, of course, that's important. But, in that way, that's one step towards healing, but you need to heal it. And here comes Signature Cell Healing. You need to be healing on the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies, because we exist on four bodies as humans. So when we come in to the physical light, and Kahu and Master Kira like to say this, the mother and the father come together, your mother, your father come together, the sperm and the egg. And at that moment comes in your blueprint, your purpose for being here, your light, and that creates the first Trinity. So from the spiritual to the mental, through the emotional, into the physical. And now, as humans, when you have your human journey before you, and it begins, you take that step every day in life when things come up for you to heal, because you're healing through your blueprint. At that point, when we have something that we're focusing on, whether it's a long-term issue about mobility, for example, there's different mobility issues, you need to start to heal from the physical to the emotional, to the mental, and to the spiritual. And that's what I mean when I say healing from fear to love. And I didn't say fear into love, because that would be ideal if we could just stay there. But we're still human. Remember, no matter what dimension people are saying they're in right now, I'm in the 5th dimension. Oh, I'm in the 6th dimension. If you have a physical body, you're still physical, and you're still healing your physical body in some way. So, it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's what we came here to do. So the beauty of being human is the beauty of healing and recognizing love, moving from this situation where you are and moving into love. And so we have these times, like I had last month, where you can come up and you see something that comes up for you. Now, I'm not going to tell you yet what it was, but it was a mobility issue, okay? Mobility issue. And I wanted to, I realized I was stuck in it. And I will say that I was stuck in it, and it kept coming back for me. It would go away, then it would come back. It would go away, it would come back. And it kept me from doing what I love to do, and that's walking on the beach. I love to walk on the beach, or I love to walk around our neighborhood or someplace. I just like walking. And it became difficult. And I thought, well, you know what? I need to use Signature Cell Healing to get into this and find out what is the emotional cause, or what is the thought that is holding me in this space. And ideally, that would be the way that we could heal everything. And, in the Signature Cell Healing workshops that I do, and I will be doing them later this year, Kahu Fritz Sterling has always said, and I agree, everything can be healed. And I would add to that, everything can be healed in love. So that's a self-love. That's love for you that says, okay, I'm going to find out what is holding me back? What is holding me back? So I began to use these new techniques that Fred has been bringing out lately. And yes, he is still bringing through new signature cell healing techniques. So my journey right now, just so you know, is when I'm putting these, I need to incorporate them into the new signature cell healing workshops that I'll be doing this year. And they're especially the 5 breath self-healing meditation, which you can find on the Signature Cell Healing website, signaturecellhealing.com. You can also find it, I think it's on my website too. Otherwise, a link to it. And this new technique called healing the fascia, or healing the fascia, whatever you call it. But the fascia is a sheath. Aldine could tell us more. She has better grip from her medical background on exactly what the fascia is. But I see it like a sheath of energy, a sheath of tissue that holds everything together. And this healing the fascia technique is something that I started using on myself, because it's all about healing the self first in signature cell healing. And then we can, as we heal ourselves, we heal each other, we heal other people, and we heal the world. So I began to use this, and it's powerful. It's very powerful. So these things started coming up for me. And what's really interesting is I was getting a signature cell healing. I was lying on the table. I do get trade healings 2 to 3 times a month. I receive and I give healings to my healing partners. And also, every now and then I get healing with Kahu, which is fantastic. And all of a sudden, lying on the table, I realized what was holding me back. I didn't understand exactly what it was right at that moment, but I had this insight that it had something to do with my childhood and my family, and situations in my family as I was growing up. And I was lying there getting this healing, and it was just like so clear to me. And I realized, okay, now I'm onto it. I'm onto it. And if you read the channeling this month from Master Imhotep, you're going to get some incredible insights into healing and what's holding you back and how you can recognize it. So if you have a physical problem like I did, if you have anything, so you got sciatica, I had a pulled groin muscle. You've got weight issues one way or the other. If you've got sinus problems, if you've got, you name it, you got a sore knee, you name it. I believe it's never completely healed until you address the emotional, mental, and spiritual aspects of that problem. And signature cell healing is what helps us to get there. So just me having that awareness brought it into the emotional because I could feel it, sent it into the mental because I had the awareness. And then what I needed was the spiritual aspect to release it. And so the healing helped me to access the spiritual to release that, that issue, that healing issue. And, I'm not saying that that this is instant healing. People have, this circle around, you bring it back, you get another level of this healing. So that's kind of where I am now, where in general, I don't have this problem. It's not super, super painful. It's not holding me back anymore. I can move, but sometimes I'll become aware of it. So I'm continuing to work with this. And I mean, let's take something like cancer. If you have an issue with cancer in your physical body, That's the healing issue that you're going to look at. And you start by enlightening the physical, and it moves to the emotional so you can understand what it's about for you. And then it goes into the mental to gain the awareness, and into the spiritual for true healing, for deep healing. And signature cell healing has helped so many people heal from cancer. My husband is a really good example of it. There are other people that I know. She's not on the call today, but someone else's husband had stage 4 pancreatic cancer and used signature cell healing to get past that. And he is doing really well. And that is a true miracle of signature cell healing, stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Thank you for the good job from Aldine, and thank you very much. What I'd like to do now is I'm going to get your questions about this anytime. You can raise your hand, or you can also put it in the chat, or you can put it on Messenger. I got that going. I want to take us into the meditation, because last month I forgot the meditation. I don't know if you realize that or not, but I told myself, okay, we're going to do this meditation now. Now I want you, before we go in, to start to imagine something in your life on the physical, the emotional, or the mental or spiritual that you want to heal. So if you have something that is bringing up anger, is bringing up frustration, it could be with another person in your life. It could be a feeling that you have when you go someplace, or you think of something, or it's something in your past, something that had to do with your childhood, something that had to do with your young adult life, or even right now. What is holding you back? And think about that. You don't have to tell us, don't tell us, just think about that as we go into this meditation. So everybody sit comfortably and start taking some nice deep breaths. And just keep breathing. Close your eyes. And just feel the energy now coming through your crown chakra. And when it comes through, it's golden particles coming through the pineal gland in the signature cell in the pineal gland in the center of your head. And breathe it down. It turns into white light as it comes into your heart. And there you weave all 4 bodies together: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. And you just exhale it through your heart, or let it circulate throughout your whole physical body. And now, as you continue to breathe, in your mind's eye, I want you to see these golden particles just swirling in through your crown chakra, and the white light circulating through your body. And feel yourself expanding and glowing with this energy, just expanding with every heartbeat. And now, from your heart, I want you to see in front of you, from your heart, in front of your heart, something or someone that you feel ready to release from your life. Just something that's a feeling that you have of anger towards someone, a feeling that you have of fear about something, about doing something, about a project that's unfinished, something that you feel that you're ready to address right now. See that in front of you and send out a line of light, a strand of love from your heart, and see it connect. Now, this could be a person you're connecting with. It could be an event from your past. It could be an event from now. You could be connecting with a feeling or something. Anything that you feel ready to take the step to move forward from fear to love and release this now. Now ask yourself, as you connect from your heart to this person or this thing or this feeling, ask yourself for the truth. And take a moment and ask yourself, is it time to release this and to let it go? And just keep breathing and and listen for the answer. Take a moment and breathe, and you're going to feel this answer in your heart. They say when you know, you're going to know. Is it time? If the answer is yes, and if it is time and you're ready, see this love connect from your heart. Now release the strand in love back from this person, this thing, this event, and bring it back into your heart. And watch this person or this thing fade away. And take a deep breath, and it just disappears. And you continue breathing now as you center in your heart, and you feel this love for self that it took for you to do this and to move forward in truth, trust, and passion from fear to love. Keep breathing. And very gently now, return to where you began our meditation now. Okay, everybody back. Okay, I'm interested in hearing from you how that was. How did you feel doing the meditation? You don't have to say what you released. You don't have to say who was there unless you want to. But this is the meditation that I used to get better, to move forward in love. Aldine, did you have, anybody have a comment or anything that you'd like to share? Even in Messenger, you can share it, or wherever you'd like to share it. Sandra, you got, I think you unmuted yourself.
Well, in my situation, it's going to take me a little longer.
That's all right.
A major issue. But yes, I'm making progress on the mental level and on the physical level. So when there was a phase that physically ended in a small way, the way it ended did not resolve the whole issue whatsoever. But my physical pain did diminish to some degree. I have more flexibility. I have a little less pain. So that is interesting. And that's only been like 2 weeks or so, maybe 3,
wow.
2.5 weeks or so. So I was able to see that there is a connection to like this other people's negative influence on us can hold us back, and we have to just breathe through it until we can find a way out of this. And sometimes there's a fight. If sometimes it involves a mental fight, it's the way life is here. You know, so if you can't, instead of being frustrated, you have to just try. I mean, I don't meditate enough, so maybe I could have helped myself more if I made time and so forth. I'm working on that. But
Sandra, thank you so much for your share. I want to make a couple of comments if you don't mind, because that is so for me, that touches my heart so much, because that feels like real progress to me, because I know your situation. I was in your situation before. I had the same thing that you had for like 2 years. And we're talking, you know, for me, it was sciatic nerve. And I knew eventually what was holding me back. And there, boy, that was, talk about holding back. If you've ever had sciatica, ladies and gentlemen, it is so brutal. And, you know, I was deep in it for a number of years. But, you know, here's the positive look on that, is that when you have an ailment like cancer, like sciatica, like, anything that is a physical disease or ailment, there's a healing journey in that. And that's what we came here to do. We're here to heal from fear to love. So there's no shame in this. It's not like anybody else. Hey, let me tell you, everybody, even if they're not telling you, everybody's got something they're healing. Now, it may not be cancer, but it might be something else that is serious. They're just not telling you about it. But everybody's healing anger. It could be anger with a spouse. Somebody could be frustrated that they live, with this family that doesn't appreciate their spirituality, or, that's holding them back. Could that be it? Everybody's got something, folks. And so there's no shame in having something, because if you have something and you're moving forward through it, you're doing like Sandra's doing, you're starting to understand, you're taking the steps to understand what's going on. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. And when you know, right, Sandra? Because now the connection. And that's a big step. So I want you to know that in the channeling for, Aldine says it was a very good meditation. I got messages from the short session. Mahalo, good. I'm really glad. And you can do that meditation because it's in the channeled article. This was the meditation that Master Imhotep guided me to do to release this issue that was holding me back, right? And it had to do with, imagine, with my parents, that I was still holding on in many ways to their memory. And my father died 6 years ago and my mom 8 years ago. So can you imagine, it's not like, like I was, greeting them in the hall every day like that, it was just about certain issues from my childhood that was holding them to me. Now, I believe that my parents, when they died, they left me these things. They left me these pockets, these packages of energy that I would come to and get to heal. And it would help me to help other people. So that's what I'm doing. So that's why I'm here. I'm doing the signature cell healing journey. And I can recommend it to you. There was a lady that emailed me that had another modality that she wanted me to try. But I'm telling you, signature cell healing has my answers. And I can tell because it's working. It's working. So I was going to say, in the channeling, there was a question. And that question was actually from me. So I want you to go to the channeling, what's holding you back from Master Imhotep, and look at the second question, because here's what happened. I went into meditation, and I'm this deep. Lately I've had these really, really deep meditations, and I swear it takes me about 20 minutes to get back grounded again. I go completely out. I don't know. Sometimes I remember stuff, sometimes I don't, but I just know that it's this really big, deep healing journey that I'm doing, as far as, probably helping in other parts of the world where there's healing needed. I know I'm active in that as well. But anyway, at this time, I had this memory from my meditation, and it was like a dream. And what I dreamed was I was in a house. And I knew it was my house, but it didn't look like this house that I live in, but I knew it was my house. And I walked into the living room, and on the sofa, and I don't have a sofa, it's in the living room. So that gives you a clue right there that, when you see stuff like that in a dream, that's when you have to pay attention, because there's a message in there. It feels like your house, but it's not your house. There's a sofa, and there was a little fat guy, smaller than Danny DeVito and heavier. And he was sleeping on this couch, on this sofa. And I was really scared of this guy. And I looked at him and I thought, oh man, I really felt afraid. And so I called for my husband to go and get this guy out of there. And before I could do that, before he could come and get him out, because I was so scared of him, he got up off the sofa. This is the little fat guy, and he walked out with a whole bunch of other little fat people. And they walked out of the house and they were gone. So what do you think? I knew from that meditation, I knew I was on the right track. So when you're healing and when you're moving through the 4 bodies of recognizing the healing, pay attention. Don't give up. That's my message to you, especially Sandra, you're on the right path. Don't give up. Keep going. You're going to heal. You're going to get it. The only way you're not going to heal is if you give up. So you've got to keep going and keep looking for the answers. Even if you don't meditate, your guidance is going to find a way to put it in front of you, And so there was another thing that happened to me that I got recently is there was a cat that wasn't our cat, that got stuck between the fence and the rock wall in the back of our property. And it's right outside my healing room, my healing center. And I'm thinking, oh man, this is a message. Do not get stuck. Do not get stuck. So I just kept going on it. I kept going on the healing. So, me as a spiritualist, I'm going to look for everything. Everything's going to have meaning for me. And, they used to say in the old days, Karinna, sometimes a cup of coffee is just a cup of coffee, right? That's Diane. That's what our husbands might say, don't read too much into it. Our husbands are kind of alike. But hey, I'm looking for everything. You know why? I came here to heal, and I'm not coming back here. I don't want to be human anymore. I want to get this done, folks. So, yeah. Did anybody got comments on that? I love those little fat guys, man. They were walking out. So I knew I was healing.
Well, that dream, I swear I've heard that dream before. I don't know where. Did you tell it to us before?
It's in the channeling. It's one of the questions.
Well, right. Maybe that's where I read it then. I can't remember. It seems familiar. Whatever. Yeah,
because I wanted Master Imhotep's comments on that, because it happened, I had the meditation and it happened and I remembered it. Not always do I remember my dreams or my meditations because I kind of go really far out. But this one I remembered, and I wanted his feedback on it, or her, it's his, her, it's not really his or her. I wanted its feedback on it. So I got an answer about, what that was about. So you can read about that in the channeling on the channel guidance blog. I'll put a link on it on the webinar page, so you can find it. Any other comments about that? Sandra, wait, sorry, I muted you. Go ahead. Oh, sorry.
The Facebook link works.
Oh, good. Okay, the Facebook link to the channeling.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
To your website.
Oh, okay. So you can find it there, yeah. And there's a lot of channelings on my website. I want channelings. Of course, Master Imhotep is my main guide for channeling at the moment. But in the past, I've done various goddess guides, and there's all different channelings there that I enjoy going back reading them myself, because I just get them and I just pass them on to you. So sometimes I'm not completely aware and I like to review them. But anyway, my suggestion for you this month, in the month of love, is to love yourself enough to move forward, to not get stuck. And getting stuck means you're going to feel the frustration. If you're feeling frustration, you're feeling anger, you're sick, you've got something that you're ignoring or not dealing with, that's where you need to enlighten it in meditation or in a signature cell healing. And I also do, sorry, this blouse has got a action here. I do distance healings. I do healings here in my healing center. You know, get going on your healing. Because why? Because in this great shift in consciousness that we're in now, and look outside us, folks, we're in the great shift in consciousness and we're midst in it. And it's a time for us to heal the self, heal the world. By healing ourselves, we heal the world. And so when you understand what that means you're moving forward and nothing's holding you back. It's not that nothing will ever hold you back again. It's that you will know what to do when you know signature cell healing, when you know the 5 breath self-healing meditation, or you know these techniques, or the idea of conscious creation with the 10 principles of consciously creating. You won't get stuck. Nothing will hold you back because you'll be able to address it and move through it. And then you come to the next part, you know, which is the next journey, which is my humble journey, and all spiritualists' humble journeys. We all know that if we're still here, incarnate in a body, we're still healing. If we're dead, if we're going on the other side, we're done, right? We did the healing. So that's how you know that you're supposed to be healing, right? So Susan is asking a question here. So let's bring that. Is it okay to focus simply on feelings? I like that. That sounds great. In my meditation, I focus simply on feelings of frustration with or judgment of myself. I felt a simple lightness when I released the lines of particles from it. I think that's great, Susan. That sounds beautiful. What you might also do in that next time when you try that meditation is focus on the feelings, yeah, but see yourself out there. How can you see yourself and send love to yourself? This is always the big challenge of the spiritualist healing, right? Is looking in the mirror and saying, I love you, right? And really meaning it and really feeling it. So can you put yourself out there and attach the feeling to yourself and send it light? That's really beautiful, Susan. Thank you so much for sharing that. Oh, good, Diane. Diane was like Susan. Yeah, so put a feeling out there, that's fine too. It's just a technique of being able to release what might be holding you back. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful shares. I'm so glad. I'm just kind of scrolling through quickly the chat, make sure I got everything. I also want to let you know that I will be doing signature cell healings later, signature cell healing workshops later this year. So watch for that on my website or on the Signature Cell Healing website. I also encourage you to come to the Honolulu Church of Light. This is my home base for signature cell healing and for interacting with my mentor, Kahu Fred Sterling and Master Guide Kirill. And we have a brand new website, the church website, HonoluluChurchofLight.com. And through that, you can find out when you can come in online to the church services, which are live webcast on the first and third Sundays. So that would be great to see you there. Let's see, what else do I need to tell you? Oh, Global Healing Meditation for Mother Earth is going to be May 12th. That's next Thursday at 9 p.m. your local time. And we're focusing on, of course, sending healing, light, enlightening Ukraine and Russia. And also we continue our focus on the water systems of Mother Earth. And we've been sending light to Red Hill in Honolulu and letting the light go down through the ground to the water aquifer to protect the water system of this island, which is so important for the million or so people of us that live on this island. So light up Red Hill with us on the Global Healing Meditation. There's information about that on my website. I also want to thank the Sedona Journal of Emergence for including my channeling in the May issue that just came out, channeling from Master Imhotep. And they also are so supportive in everything that I do. Any last questions or shares? Because we're kind of at the end of our time for today. But I hope you've enjoyed thinking about what might be holding you back and how to move forward through it on the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies using signature cell healing techniques, which is what I'm sharing with you here. And just remember, you can also address this in a reading. I do Lemurian readings. You can find that on my website. Also signature cell healings at distance or in the at distance or here in Kailua, Hawaii. Just send me an email at KarinnaNielsen.com. And I'm so grateful to be with you today. The next program will be Saturday, June 4th. And I'll look forward to seeing you then. And I wish everybody a wonderful month of May of unconditional love for you. Okay, aloha, everyone.